Alright, always takes a second to set up chat. It's a pain in the butt. Let's see if I got this done right. Alright, that works. Hey Beast, how you doing, man? Hey Beast, how you doing, man? That's good to hear. See, I told everybody this morning I'd be back on here this evening. Yes, sir, you are. You have been here quite a while. You know, chat doesn't get very busy, but You've just about come into chat every time I've streamed, man. So stuff like that, it deserves a reward the way I look at it. That is, unless you just don't want to be moderator. It's theirs. It's yours for the taking. If you choose to decline it, that's, you know, that's okay. I understand. I don't have Nightbot set up. Oh, that's great. I don't have Nightbot set up properly. Oh well, I'll work on it later. I don't know what I'm doing with it anyway. I'm gonna have to turn that off or that's gonna bug the fadoodle out of me. Now that'll work. I'll have to do more studying on Nightbot so that I can figure out how to set that up. Hey, cool. Well, I read a lot of the instructions, but that don't mean much. I tried to set Nightbot up to like once every 10 minutes or so to welcome everybody to the stream, but evidently that didn't work very well. That exclamation point 2 and exclamation point 1 is supposed to make Nightbot say a specific thing. Let's see if it works when I type it in. See. See, like 1 does, if it works. No, I turned it off, so now that don't even work. Oh well. There it goes. Takes a second. But for some reason, the timer doesn't work. Instead, it just puts the exclamation part 1. Oh, okay. Did it before? Or did it just say like exclamation 1 and exclamation 2? I mean, I can manually type them in and make them come up. For what it is, anyway. I gotta get back over to the farm. Silage is going up. So I'm sort of in a rush to get back over there. Huh. Interesting. I don't know. I'll play with it some more. See if I can't learn how to set it up. I got you down as a moderator. It's supposed, those commands are supposed to also work for you. If it works. Like I said, I don't know that I got it set up properly. Well, you do know how to moderate the channel, don't you? If from the chat window itself? See, check that out. Okay. We'll work on it, Beast. We'll figure it out. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Daniel, man. Welcome to the stream. I have noticed... Did you see that? I have noticed that those front twins, look where the collision is. You can see how far away we are from those tires. But watch. That's the collision right there. Either that or... It's like the collision for the front twins are the same distance as the back twins are wide. That's nothing major unless you're turning real tight turns. It's just one of those freak of nature fine things. See, it doesn't stick out very far on the rears. You can take the rears and put them right up against the tire. But the front ones are just as wide as the back tires. Oh well, no big thing. I brought an extra wagon of grass over here, so I gotta try to get this back to 100% real quick. I did that before I checked the price, and the prices done went up. It's still slowly going up, but this has still got a ferment, so I gotta get it spread out and compacted. Yeah, it makes sense. I'll have to agree with you, Beast. You just sort of have to... When I found it, I'm like, well, I'm going to let everybody that comes in know that. That way, you know, when you're having to make real tight turns, you got to sort of judge your turns by your rear wheels instead of the front ones. If not, you'll end up hung up on a fence post. I mean, I still like the tractor. I don't care about the front wheels hanging up. This little fence, this old fence, just awesome. Let's get that help window on. It ain't gonna take that long. We're at 94%. Good deal. That one wagon didn't mess it up too bad. See, I noticed it last night, but I thought it was just my driving. When I was in here compacting and everything, I thought, well, I'm just getting too close to the wall. And, you know, the sidewalls of the tires are grounding out and making me get hung up. So I didn't think nothing about it. And then, a while ago, when I got over here to turn that corner, I noticed I wasn't nowhere close to those tires. And it threw me sideways a little bit, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's not my driving. My driving is horrible, but good Lord, it's not that bad. Oh God. I hear you, beast. Let's see if I can get Nightbot to leave. Everybody in chat, I apologize. I'm still trying to figure out Nightbot here. Trying to remember my commands because I don't have the page open. Well, I try. I think Dagger One's got me beat. Let that sit there for a second. Y'all give me just a second, and I will see if I can get Nightbot to stop going crazy. Yeah, we've only got 3 commands so far. If you can think of any more besides the ones I got that might come in handy, shoot me. You know how to get to the Facebook page. Just shoot me a private message on the Facebook page of what kind of message we might need it to say, and I'll set it up. Okay, that won't work. Let's disable that, and disable that until I figure out how to make it work properly. Go back to there, bring my timer up, and we're back. Good. Sorry about that, folks. Let's get this silage worked out now. As soon as I set my tablet back where I can read chat again. I don't have Instagram, but we both have YouTube. Let's see. You know how to get to the discussions in YouTube? You can always leave it in discussions in YouTube. Because it's not like it's got to be like a private message or anything. I turned off it doing it by itself. It's still on. So you can put them in or I can put them in and it'll do it like that. But Nightbot won't make a statement by itself without being told right now. Okay, alright, you know how to get to Goldcrest Valley episode 1, I know. Alright, well, whatever you can think of that we might want to add to that, you let me know under that in the comments of that video, and I'll get it. Because it's so old, nobody else is ever even going to put anything on it. They tune in for about 5 seconds and see that the audio for the microphone's real bad, and then they get out of there. That's one of the reasons I left it up there. It gives me it shows where my starting point was and how terrible it was when I first started setting up. Alright, let's get out of this pit and cover this. 387. 387 is what we got in there. Oh, cool. Appreciate it, man. I'm probably going to take Goldcrest, because I still got it. It ain't went nowhere. It ain't went a step further than what the last episode was. I'm probably going to take Goldcrest, and we'll visit it from time to time and keep working on it. I sort of put it on hold because they come out with so many mods after I done started setting up the pig area that I want to change all of that around. I got my headset volume up too high. Oh crap, it quit working? Oh well. I don't know. It'll be okay, man. It's no big deal. Like I said, I'll figure it out. I'm too busy wanting to get stuff done right now to worry about it. Okay, yeah, one works. Try 3 again, Beast. But 2 won't work. I bet you 2 won't work because it's got a link in it. Okay. Okay, I'll have to read more instructions on it. I bet that's what it is. 2 has got a link to the Facebook page in it, so that might be the reason why it don't work. It might be like YouTube. Anytime you try to post a link, most of the time it throws it in the spam folder. The channel owner gets it, but it's a link to the Facebook page for rednecks. I usually post updates on what maps are coming out. I keep a tab on Black Sheep modding on there. Stuff like that. I let people know in advance when I'll be on to do a do a stream. Like tonight, I knew I'd start about 10:30, so I went on there earlier and let everybody know as soon as the football game was over, it should be about 10:30 that I'd be on here. But nothing major goes on the Facebook page. Yeah, my youngest daughter, she's going crazy. She wants Facebook so bad, but she can't get it. I told her she had to wait until she reached the required age. So she's got another year of sitting around waiting to get Facebook. La 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 la. Oh, I couldn't have timed that no better. They've been gone for a little while, but that's okay. Oh, I should have brought the Fent with me, because this ain't got horsepower. Oh well, I'll deal with it. She'll be 12 in October. Her birthday's like 3 days before Halloween. I always tell her she's a scary baby. And it blowed me away that I broke 20 subscribers. After we did that 7-hour stream the other night, I thought there ain't no way I've got any new subscribers. And I woke up this morning and I'm like, doggone, what's going on? It went from like 12 to 26 overnight. And I didn't do nothing new or spectacular. Yeah, I know, man. It blew my mind. I was trying to figure it out because, you know, we didn't really do nothing special last night in the stream. I didn't figure out how to turn barrel rolls or loop-de-loops or anything in the tractors, you know, so I don't know what went on. I did have a lot of good conversations with folks last night, though.
This JCB ain't all that bad. I figured it wouldn't pull this all that well. I don't need the help window on. That's a possibility. They were giving me pity subscriptions. Yeah, it's only 195 horses. Oh well. Hey, if they're pity subscriptions, that's okay. I'll take them, you know. I will not feel bad about it one way or the other. My objective on here is to have a good time and hope that everybody else does too, so that's like I told people last night. Y'all don't have to talk about the game in the chat window if you don't want to, you know. The chat window is there for like-minded people to talk about whatever they want to talk about. As long as they don't, you know, get too vulgar or anything like that, I'm good with it. Exactly. Chatting is for chatting, or chat is for chatting. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's midnight here too. Man, I ain't been over towards St. Louis in a while. It's been about 3 years since I've been over that way. Here's going to be another one of those things I do that other people get aggravated about. I put the field right up against the border. Well, reasonably close to the border anyway. Oh, I'm in Alabama, man. Right toward the center of the state of Alabama. If you're over there close to St. Louis, then you're in Jeff Favignano territory. I know he's from over that way. He's one of the St. Louis area YouTubers over there. He does a lot of GTA 5 and iRacing. I watch his iRacing things. Those things are pretty interesting. I don't think I would pay that much to do it, but oh, it doesn't bother me that they judge me, man. It just aggravates them. They look at it and like, you know, that's going to be a whole lot of trouble trying to get over there to harvest it. And I'm gonna be honest, I've never had any trouble harvesting the fields when I plow them out, so I don't know what they're getting all ecstatic for. Yeah, he's got like 500 and something subscribers. He's doing pretty well for himself on there. Now his GTA 5 videos are awesome, but now he plays on PC and he doesn't play regular Grand Theft Auto. He's a cop. He plays at a cop on there, so it's real neat. Hey, Rod, welcome to the stream, man. I turned my plow. There we go. Turned it off somehow. See, I've gotten so good at it, I know exactly how far to plow it out, so that when I come back across this way, I stop and have a little bit of room between the front tractor. Oh Lord, I've plowed this field out so many times. All you got to do when you plow this field out is pay no attention to that sort of big brush up there. Just drive through it. But all those little shrubs, you want to be just this side of those. There's like 4 rows of shrubs that stick out from the edge of the map, and as long as you'll come 2 rows out and leave those 2 rows with grass under them, you'll have enough room that won't nothing catch up on the border. You won't get all hung up. Man, those are some flat looking trees. That's what it would look like if we lived in a 2-dimensional world. Oh, it's a whole group of them. I mean, he posts it on his channel, but it's usually him and like 4 or 5 of his buddies on there, and they go out on patrol on a computer server. You know, they pull over other players for speeding. They've got little radar detectors in their cop cars, the whole 9 yards. But you know, they're playing Grand Theft Auto like it's realistic, you know. They have to stop at gas stations to get gas. It's awesome, man. It's a little rough depending on, you know, what kind of stuff you're used to watching or listening to. I'd say it's rated R. It's like seeing a rated R movie, not for the violence but for the language. But if you can get past that, the videos are hilarious. It's like watching a HBO version of the show Cops. Yeah. Now, if you ask me, that's taking mods to a whole new level. Because, I mean, that's what they're using to do that. They're using all those mods. I'm like, geez, man, that's awesome. I think the last time I played Grand Theft Auto, I tried to be a cop, but when I stole a cop car, they all hunted me down and shot me, so it didn't work out very well. They get a little testy in game when you steal a cop car. All I wanted to do was go out and, you know, arrest criminals. But Michael wasn't allowed to do that. That was a no-no. Now, the last time I plowed out this field, I took some off of this end, and that wound up being a problem, so I'm just not going to do it this time. I'll leave it lined up right here. That way I'll have enough room on this end to swing the harvester around. Yeah, number 2 just isn't working. There's a slight delay on my chat screen, but number 1, okay, there it went. It ain't a big delay from the time you input it and the time it comes up. Yes, it is. And I guarantee you that's what it is. It's just, it doesn't accept the link. I'll work with it some more tomorrow before I jump on old stream, because tomorrow's old stream day. And then we can play with it some more and see if we can get it working. There we go, turn that back on. Take the grass out. So is your drummer coming along pretty well? Or Drumard? I don't know why I pronounce it Drumard all the time. Oh, okay. Yeah, just whatever you could come up with. I could make a command for the schedule, but right now we don't have but a 3-day schedule, and one of the days is open. My Saturdays are open. I'm just doing whatever on Saturdays. Yeah, I decided to take Old Stream and do it on Sunday. It's a laid back, relaxing map. It probably won't be as long as my Friday nights or Friday streams. Probably won't be as long as my Saturday streams. And it'll probably be mid-morning to afternoon. I won't do it too late at night, especially since I got to get up and go to work on Monday mornings. Yeah, that plowing takes time, man. You just got to sort of stick with it. At least you only have to plow a field once every 3 times you plant it. And with grass fields, you only have to plow it once. Oh, okay. Which plows did you go with? Well, I know we started off, this map starts with a 2-meter plow. You said you got a 4 and a 3. Hey, Brody just got online. The Amazon. Okay. That Limpkin is that little blue one, isn't it? Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't like that little 2-meter starting plow that we started with on this map. Yeah, I love that little 4-meter Limpkin, man. It fits up real nice behind the case 1455 and behind the Agro Star on this map. It fits real good behind it because it's exactly as wide as those tractors are. So it makes doing like the edges of the field real easy. You can keep a straight line real good. Now, have you ever tried to run two of those 4 meters at the same time with that Lemkin, what's it called, Gigant? Let me show you. I'll have to look at it because I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not. Let's see. First, you have to go under cultivators. Where's it at? Right there. The Gigant 800. You can take that and put 2 of those plows, one on each side of it. Yeah. I've tried it. You can do it, but you have to pull the plow. You cannot set a worker. It confuses the worker for some reason. The worker will go straight from one end of the field to the other and then turn around and come right back down the exact same path he just went up. And he'll just sit there and go back and forth over the same plowed ground. It just totally gets confused. Well, it's a pain to set up when you first start using it, but you know, because it's got so many different. Oh man, I got that boxed in. Let's see if I can get it out. It's got a lot of different little adjustments on it. So it takes you a while to get it set up properly so that it'll plow right. But after you get it set up, oh, then it's easy peasy. Man, you can sit there and plow 8-meter wide rows, so it's like a piece of cake. Yeah, I know your nose heavy. Just move right over there. I gotta get this tractor out of here. Okay, y'all close your eyes. I can't hook to it, so I'm gotta push it out the door. Y'all don't see this. Hopefully I didn't damage it too much. I wasn't thinking when I put it there. Well, don't tell nobody you saw it. Let's see. That's the cultivator. I wouldn't doubt it. I know I caved in probably the whole front of it. It's gonna drive the maintenance bill up. It's outrageous. There the cedar is. Really? People, is that where you put it? Great place to set the fertilizer spreader. Oh dear God, chicken, move. Thank you. Oh, if you're gonna go in the hole big. Let's go ahead and fill up the fertilizer. And then we'll fill up the seeder. Oh, wrong button. Other side. There we go. Really, chicken? Get out of the way. Hey Brock, welcome to the stream. Suicidal chickens trying to get under my tractor tires. Let's check, see how much more he's got. I'll have to move him over to the next section. Oh, he's still got plenty. I'm not going to sit and wait on him. I got grass that needs to be planted. There I go running all over the grass because I'm reading chat, or trying to. Now let's see what's going on. Oh, a bike wreck across Iowa. Huh. Okay. That does not sound good. Yeah, did he hit somebody or somebody hit him or did he just lose control? Okay, that's not going to work. Yeah, pretty much. They've used the same icons for quite a while. Oh, thanks, Brock. Yeah, it's the new modded Fent that they put out last week. It's a little dirty, but it gets the job done. Oh yeah, now that's how you're supposed to pull that cedar. No problem. These tight turns are a little weird because of those front tires, but it is what it is. I can do better than that. I'm still missing the edge. Oh no. Reckon why it crashed. What, the tree over in the corner? Nah, I'll leave that one up. It's just gonna be a grass field anyway. Yeah, if I was planting anything that was harvestable in here, I probably would have to take that tree out. But no, it would be a pain in the butt. I haven't done any playing on Sandy Bay. I went on there and ran around the map and looked at it, but just never started any play. But now that's all part of it too, you know. Cutting down things you want removed, plowing out fields to make them like you want them. That's part of the game I like. Now there's a lot of trees I'm gonna take out on here, but that's not one of them. There's a few of the pine trees back around field 33 on this map I'll be taking out. But right now I'm good. Oh yeah, I've watched some Let's Plays on Sandy Bay. It looks like a real good map. I prefer a smaller map. That's why I stay on things like Old Stream and Drumard. Now I'm waiting on West Coast to come out. When it comes out, I'll play it. It'll be the largest map I've played on regularly, I guess, since Goldcrest. Goldcrest is about the only map I've played on that was pretty good size. I'd rather play on the smaller maps. Now when the West Coast comes out, we're going to play on it and try to make it a multiplayer map that will run on Saturdays. I know most of the PlayStation guys, most of them will be off of work or out of school, or you know, whatever their hold up during the week may be. They won't have to deal with it on Saturday. And that's when everybody has most of their free time. Yeah, on Sandy Bay. Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of the fields on Sandy Bay that's got, you know, single gates, and they look real narrow. I was watching a YouTuber last week. He was playing on Sandy Bay, and he was having to do a sugar beet harvest, or he was going to do a sugar beet harvest. Went to the store and he bought that big Homer sugar beet harvester, the one that's self-propelled, and drove it all the way from the store way out on the map to where he was going to do the sugar beet harvest. And when he got there, he couldn't get it into the field. I thought it was hilarious. It was one of the fields that only had a single gate instead of a double gate, so it wasn't wide enough for him to get the harvester in it. Oh, I've had some of those issues, man. You try to get just as big equipment as you can for the map. You think, oh, this will fit over there because that's a big field. And you buy it and you spend all of that money for it, and then when you get over there, you can't get into the field because the gate ain't wide enough. No, I don't use the little money cheats. The only map I've got that's got the little money boxes on it is Sosnovka. I use it like a test map. Whenever a new mod comes out, I'll go on there and check it out. That way I know exactly which options I want on the mod or whatever, without having to waste money on a map that I'm actually playing. That's like this tractor here. Before I bought it on the map, I had done purchased it like 4 different times on my test map. I got it with the double rears, then I bought it with the double sets, or the twin tires all the way around. I bought it, let's see, I bought it with the chrome mods here, and then I bought it with the black mods there, with and without the front attachment, you know, just seeing what they all look like before I made a decision of which one I wanted to put on the map. Yeah, I try to, it's boring to everybody, but I try to play realistic, so I don't use the money mods. Some of the more unrealistic equipment, I don't use it. Like if I'm on a big map like Goldcrest, I won't buy Big Bud. Even though I've got the content, I won't buy it to put on my farm, but I'll go to the store and I'll lease it. I'll lease it to plow out a big field, or I'll lease it to plant a big field, but I won't buy it. Because realistically, nobody buys those tractors. They're owned by a company, and they supply their services where you pay them and they come and work your fields. Those are 2 custom built tractors. They're not for sale. Those guys live out in Montana. Pretty cool guys too. Oh yeah, it's real tractors. Like I said, they're custom built. But it ain't like you can go down to your local dealership and buy a Big Bud. They're not for sale that way. Those guys are farming contractors. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, I'm gonna have to wiggle to make this turn. Still not gonna make it because of the weird, there we go. Well, I'm hung up on the post. It's about normal. Yeah, I seen you make it back, Beast. I'm just trying not to run into everything. You know me. I find it hard to drive and read chat at the same time. I about ran into that old trailer there. I done run into the fence post trying to come into the gate by the invisible width of the tire up there. Some of my expert driving is just really being put to the test. Oh, you ain't gotta apologize, man. I seen it popped up that something was happening in chat. I was just like aggravated because it took me so long to get through the gate. Oh yeah, some of my expert driving, exactly. You know, when all else fails, hit a button. And if you can't get through it, ram it. Ram it hard, and maybe it'll move out of the way. Oh, really? Okay. Tree, y'all saw that. The tree jumped out in front of me. Oh, dear Jesus. Probably be better to work this way. He says, and then he runs into the tree. I couldn't agree more, Beast. A very stupid tree. keeps moving back there. If they would just stay where they were, everything would be okay. I hear you. Still didn't get that little piece back there. Got it that time. Good deal. Oh, you take all advanced classes in middle school? Yeah, I've seen that. My youngest one, she's in all, well, as far as regular classes, she's in regular classes. She's not in any advanced classes. And then she's got some kind of dance class. It's like ballet or something. Now my oldest girl, she's taken, I can't remember what all of her classes are. She's got one culinary arts class, and she's got, can't remember if she's got English composition or if she's got English literature this year. She's got a mix, some regular classes and some advanced. Yeah, the oldest girl I got, she'll turn 16 her birthday. She's taking piano this year. She thought about being in the band, but she didn't want to play a horn or anything. She wants to learn how to play piano, so she signed up for piano. See, she's in 6th grade this year. She won't be able to take any advanced classes until next year. Oh, you're in 7th? Well, now, she didn't get to go to school her first year that I think she should have been able to go to school because of her birthday. So she's one of those people that's older than everybody else in her class because of her birthday. When I went to school, I was younger than everybody I went to school with because my birthday's in February too. Yeah, most of the kids that she's in class with right now, they're like 10 years old and they'll turn 11. She's 11 and she turns 12. But back when she was old enough for kindergarten, she didn't get to start. She didn't get to start when she was 5. She had to start when she was 6. Like something weird about their birthday here. You and me both, Beast. I wished I could be younger again, too.
Oh dear Lord. At that age? Oh Lord. That's what I don't understand. My my stepson's the same way. He of course up here they don't call it dating each other. They say they're going with each other. I'm constantly asking him where he going. Where's he going? Because he don't even have a driver's license. Yeah, me and her were going together. Well, okay. Well, let me know when y'all get back. He just looks at me like I'm stupid. I was like, well, you said, you're the one that said you were going together. Where are y'all headed? Is it a place I might like to go with you? He just looks at me like I'm crazy. And back in my day, kids didn't date until they were old enough to go out to the movies, and in order to do that you had to be able to drive. So I don't understand what he's talking about. Unless he means they're going to talk to each other on the phone, or they're going to pass notes in class. He tells me I'm just an old fart. I don't understand. Which is fine by me. I told him that's great. I'll just stay confused.
Oh, dear Lord. Well, that's how it works sometimes. Yeah, that's how that works too. Yeah, but you got a long life ahead of you. Yeah, well, like I said, you got a long life ahead of you. Don't try to grow up too quick. Enjoy your youth while you have it. Don't worry so much at your age about getting tangled up in relationships. Relationships are for people in college. You got a ways to go. Cedar is not cooperating. See, it's times like this where you need to be able to buy a hammer at the store. And you can go back there and beat that little bitty piece that keeps hanging on the fence post and bend it so that it won't be there no more, and you can get through the gate. Yeah, at your age, I wouldn't worry about nothing but being friends. I wouldn't want a girlfriend, but I wouldn't mind a friend that's a girl. There's a difference. Yes, a sledgehammer would also work, right? Sledgehammer, regular hammer, it doesn't matter as long as you can go back there and beat that piece of metal that keeps hanging up on the fence post. Yeah, if that tire wasn't, if it was as wide as it says it is, or looks to be, I'd have made that turn. Oh well. I don't care, I still like the way it looks, whether the collision's too wide or not. This is where things look weird. Schmack. Right in the face. Got me good. Schmack. Another tree limb in the face. I'm gonna carry bruises after planting this field in this side of the cab, because smack, another tree limb in the face. And I seen Brody log in a while ago. I thought he'd probably come in and watch for a little while, but I hadn't seen him in there yet. Yeah, life's too short to be serious all the time, man. I always try to find something funny about it. Laughter is one of the best medicines in the world. Oh, look. I was assaulted by a bush. Yeah, that's true. That is true, Beast. Hello, PS4 gamer. Welcome to the stream. After you did, I believe. Though it probably could have been about the same time. I think one of you, can't remember if it's just regular beast mode or if it's the beast mode code red, but I've got one of each of those, and one of them says 3 months and the other one says 4, I believe, or 2 and 3, something like that. Oh, okay. Slow on the button. Yeah, I got to looking under subscriptions this morning, and I want to say one of them was 4 months, the other one was 3 months, and then my daughter Kitten is 5 months. Brody is 5 months. It doesn't break them down very well, I guess you would say, because you know it just gives you like an estimated time they've been a subscriber, and that's about it. Well, I got one more grass field I want to get planted before I do anything. And before I start it, I'm going to speed the time up just a little bit to see if we can get our silage getting close to being finished fermenting. That way next weekend we can sell it. We'll have our money to play with then. But no, man, if you get tired, you don't have to set up for me. I mean, you know, or if I'm holding you up or anything. Cause Lord, it's 1:30. I don't see me doing another 7 hours like I did the other night. We're getting close to 3 hours right now, which on average is about what I do. Let me go ahead and kick the time up. We'll go 15. I just figured you might have been, you might be like me. You've been watching for quite a while. You might rather want to play than just sit there and watch. Tonight's not going to be all that eventful. Of course, as I always say, most nights aren't all that eventful. I play the game. It's not like we're out here doing donuts in the field or anything. Well, that's where I'm real extremely lenient. As long as the kids have their homework done, the rest of the weekend's theirs, and they can play their video games as long as they want to. Oh yeah, I understand. Well, like I said, man, if you need to go to bed or anything, you know, feel free. You did a great job tonight keeping up with chat. Like I said, it ain't gonna pick up. Usually when I do a stream this late at night, chat don't never really become an issue. People will stop in, say hi, maybe ask about what the map is, and that's about it. It's those middle of the day streams, that's when chat gets a little busy. A good morning back to you there, Matt. He's in Germany. Cool. I've been waiting since I've been playing this map for somebody from Ireland to get on there and tell me I'm a bloody fool for everything I'm doing. That they don't do things that way in Ireland. Oh. Oh, great. Now one ain't working now, is it? Oh, well. We're terrible, Beast. We've already broke it. Oh, poor Nightbot. We've done broke him. So that's where the hammer went. I needed the hammer to beat on the cedar, and you took the hammer and beat on Nightbot, didn't you? It'll be okay. Hey, we've got the most people we've had in the lobby all night. We're showing 6 online right now. I know what it was. I know how I got so many subs last night. People really like this tractor. That's what it is. And I can't blame them. This tractor is freaking awesome. Oh, we picked up one. Cool. At this rate, we'll be at 100 by 2016, or let's see, this is 2017. So, be about 6 years. We'll be at 100 subs in about 6 years. That'll be awesome. Yeah, I had one guy last night ask me about being a mod. It was like, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I told him, I said, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't really need a moderator. The channel works pretty good. I said, there's not very many people in chat. I mean, my God, I don't have very many subs. It's not like I'm on a short list of people that, you know, folks come and tune into. I mean, my Lord, I'm not Terrier. Oh, Terrier 930, his subs blew up for some reason. He said he couldn't even figure it out. Definitely not Daggerwin. Last night might have also had something to do with me having the radio playing all the time too. I got up this morning and YouTube wagged its finger at me and told me I was a bad boy. I had 26 different copyright notifications for the music playing in the background. Just from playing the game music. They don't like that at all. I mean, you don't get in too bad trouble for it as long as you don't monetize the channel. I don't plan on monetizing the channel. I guess I could turn the radio on, that way people would have music to listen to. Yeah, the radio's a good way of passing the time when nobody's active in chat. I mean, that's why I did it last night. I could see people coming in and leaving, but wouldn't nobody ever say anything. I was like, well, if nobody's going to chit-chat, I'll turn the radio on. At least that'll be something. It'd be nice if they would let you link up your Spotify account, you know, while you're playing, so that you could listen to your playlist. That would be awesome. But as soon as I start streaming, as soon as I start to stream, it cuts my Spotify off. It won't let me listen to it. Yeah, I probably could, but that would just sound terrible. My phone does not have a very good speaker. It would sound like a very sick Alvin and the Chipmunks recording or something. And again, this side of the field boils down to a triangle. I don't know why that is, but there's something about farming sim. It doesn't matter how well you try to do the fields. If you try to go around the edges, you always end up with a little triangle. It's just weird.
Oh, yes. Yes, there would be a whole lot of copyrights. And those would be the ones that you probably would get in trouble for. It wouldn't be a, you don't need to do that. It'd be a, oh, we're going to have to suspend your account for 90 days. Which to me, if you're playing the in-game music, there shouldn't be an issue. Because when you purchase the game, you purchase the license rights for everything contained in the game. You're free to use everything in-game. And that's all I'm doing is using it. Grant you, I am broadcasting it, but I'm not selling it. And that's usually where copyrights come into play, is if you're trying to make money off of somebody else's work. So that's the part I don't get it. I know it's before your time, but see, I'm part of the generation that believes Napster should have been out there. There shouldn't have been an issue. I don't think people as old as, you know, just as old as you are even know what Napster is anymore. I think it was long gone before you come around. Matter of fact, I know it was. I think Napster was over with before my oldest daughter was born. I don't know, I've never used Pandora. Napster was a music file sharing program where if I owned a album, CD, tape or whatever, converted it to digital on my computer, then I could upload it to Napster and then you could download it for free. It was me sharing my ownership of something with you. And of course the music companies, they went haywire. Because that's unheard of, you know. Even though people have been doing it for years, they don't want you doing it on the computer, evidently. I can't tell you how many record albums, cassette tapes, CDs, and all of that stuff where either I bought it and loaned it to a friend and they made a copy of it, or they bought it, loaned it to me, and I made a copy of it. But yeah, that's basically what it was. It was allowing you to make copies of music that one of your friends, well in this case they didn't even have to be your friend, just another member of the site. They bought it and then they decided to share it with everybody.
I don't think either one of my girls has ever owned a cassette tape. I don't even think they know what one is. I believe the only form of thing they know about music will be CDs and digital. Okay, well, do you know the difference between a 33 and a 45? Okay, I just blowed your mind. Either that or the delay is real long tonight. Both a 33 and a 45 are records. A 4. Yeah, it sort of has to do with the size. A 45 is be like what you would consider a single. It was a record with 2 sides, but it only had 1 song per side. That's what, you know, you hear, you'll hear old people say, yeah, they released it as a single. Okay, that would be one side of the record. And then you'll hear them say, yeah, I remember the B side of that was real good too. That means you had to flip the record over and play the other side. And it was supposed to not been a popular song, but on occasion, you get 2 good songs instead of just 1. And a 33 was what we called a long playing record. It would have every song they put out on the album on one record. Half of them would be on one side, the other half would be on the other side. You would listen to records at home, and then if you were going somewhere, you would take an 8-track tape with you and listen to the 8-track tape in the car. You remember how, you ever seen the old original Nintendo? How big the cartridges was for the old Nintendo? An 8-track tape was about the size of an old Nintendo cartridge. And it had tape on it just like a cassette tape. But it didn't look nothing like a cassette tape. Like I said, it looked like a Nintendo cartridge. It was huge. The 8-track tape was more of my father's type thing than it was me. We had records and cassette tapes, but I can remember some of my dad's 8-track tapes. I never could figure out how to use those stupid things right. Oh my God, my grass is already starting to grow in. I ain't even got it finished planting. This is super fast growing grass. Hey, Brock.
Yeah, the original NES. Well, the Nintendo 64 had cartridges too, but they were a little bit smaller than the regular NES. That's the reason why I asked you if you remembered how big those cartridges were. Yeah, it had the little bitty, like, rectangle controllers. It had a directional pad and 2 buttons on it. That was it, I believe. I believe it only had an A and a B. I saw a thing. I was up at last weekend. We went to town to pick something up for the kids. I forget what it was. They had to have something for school, but we had to go to Office Depot. Excuse me, it's not Office Depot here where I live. We don't have a depot. Office Max, same thing. But anyway, we went up to Office Max to get what they needed for school. And I saw a copy of the original console that would have been the first console I ever had. No, that ain't what I'm talking about. Now, if it was 3 inches by 3 inches, no, that would be too small. Yeah, that's like a Game Boy. Game Boys are little 1 inch by 1 inch, ain't they? They're just little bitty things. A Nintendo cartridge was about 4.5 inches wide, about 6 inches deep or long, and about 1 inch thick. Yeah, pretty big. But yeah, the regular NES, it had wired controllers. Wireless was unheard of back then as far as game controllers. My very first console was an Atari. The very first game I ever had was Pong, which, to kids your age, if you look up Pong on YouTube and look at what that is, you would probably go, why in the world would you even play that? That doesn't even look like a game. But it's what we had. That's all we had. We can't complain. All it was 2 little sticks. On the screen you had 2 little sticks if you were playing 2 players. 1 stick on one side of the screen, 1 stick on the other side of the screen, and then there was a little square dot that was like the ball, and the ball would bounce from one side of the screen to the other, and you had to hit it with your little stick every time it came to your side of the screen. And the person that missed, hey, you gave the other person a point. So it was real simple. It was a whole lot more simple than like Pac-Man or Donkey Kong or any of those games. And our controllers, we didn't have controllers with a directional pad, we had a joystick. With a single button.
So I look at video games nowadays and I think, man, how we have come so far. I'm gonna be honest, it's been so long since the original PlayStation came out. I think you're right, though. I think the original PlayStation had wire controllers. I can't remember when they went wireless. But if you've ever seen a regular Nintendo controller, you'll never forget it. It's just a little bitty rectangle that's gray. The buttons are red, and the directional pad is solid black. And then you had a little bitty start button and a little bitty options button that were in between the directional pad, between the directional pad and the buttons for A and B. It's a little bitty rinky-dink thing. You take a look at it and you're like, how in the world did you ever play with that? Because it looks like you wouldn't be able to get nothing done with it. It does not fit well in your hand. But like I said about Pong a while ago, it was what we had. We made do. Let's turn our help window on real quick and check our silage. See what percentage we're at. %. We're so close. Okay, so PS3 was when they went wireless. See, I had a PlayStation 2, but it's been so long ago I couldn't remember. I don't have either one of them now. The only older consoles I got is the PS3. I still got one PS3 left in the house. Uh-oh, my chat window bugged out. It says you tried to say something, Beast, but it didn't say what it was. Yeah, it's blank again. Well, we've got Giant's grass gone. We've got grass starting to grow. I'm going to drag the seeder over there and put it on the edge of the fields that we're plowing out. Then, let's see. Can't remember. I think we can put row crop tires on this. Well, no, we can't right now because I don't have the money to do that. I'm $12,000 in the hole until I sell my silage. Because seed and fertilizer are expensive. Ah, wrong button, stop. Doggone tractor, run off, leave me. It might be getting close to time, Beast, that I call the stream. I just fell out of the tractor, and that can't be good. driving down the road. I was going a little bit too fast. I leaned up against the door. Evidently, I didn't have it shut real good. I was lucky enough to land on my feet, though. That's a good deal. Stop this right here. And I can't get row crop tires, but it'll be alright. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, Beast. It's bringing your name up like you're putting something in chat, but it's just blank. I'm not seeing anything. Let me see if I can refresh it and see if that'll work. Okay, yeah, I see. Alright, Beast, man. Have a good night. Appreciate the job you did for me tonight, man. I'll be signing off here pretty shortly anyway. I'm going to hook up the fertilizer to this and head it back over that way, and then I'm going to call it a night myself. Oh my God, I killed the chicken. Get out of the way, chicken. Alright, Beast, man. Have a good night. We'll see. We'll catch you in here sometime tomorrow. Slow and steady, Brock. Slow and steady. We got all of our plowed out fields that we were going to put grass in. We got those planted. We're going to go over there in a little bit and put fertilizer on them. They have already started growing. I figure while I was on the way over there, I'll just stop. Go ahead and sling fertilizer on this a little bit. Excuse me. Alright guys, we sure do appreciate everybody stopping by, checking the stream out. That's going to be it from Drumard tonight. We'll be back on Drumard next Friday. Saturday, we're hoping West Coast comes out next week. If so, we'll start the West Coast next Saturday. If not, we may run 2 days of Drumard. Tomorrow, if you want to tune in, we're going to be doing Old Stream Farm. Should be sometime around 11 or 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Until then, y'all guys have a good night or a good morning, whatever your case may be on this big blue ball that we're living on. Y'all just remember, realism is awesome and shortcuts suck, guys. Good night.